Hello, my name is Malcolm and I'm a saxophone teacher. I want to show you an instrument that I have for sale, and this is a Buescher True Tone tenor saxophone from 1920. So it's 97 years old and it's in beautiful condition. This instrument, let's see, you can have a look at the engraving here in the sunshine, was made in the Buescher factory in Elkhart, Indiana. And if you look, I will put a link to a YouTube video showing the craftsmen in the Elkhart factory making these instruments around that time. So this was the heyday of saxophone manufacturing, and people who ordered Buescher instruments at that time had the option to get them as bare brass or silver plated with gold plating over the top. And the lucky original owner of this instrument paid the extra money to have the entire instrument gold plated. So what we have is the nice matte finish gold plating for the most of it, and the smooth finish on the Buescher logo and on the keys, and then the smooth gold wash in the bell. And this plating has survived the last 97 years remarkably well. You can see some areas of wear, like on this touch point here, and a few spots of discoloration here and there, but for the most part, the gold plating on this instrument is just wonderful. Now, I played this instrument myself as my main instrument for several years, and during that time I had some custom work done to it, which I want to point out. First of all, the serial number on this one is 74835, which dates it to 1920. So that, I think, is what would be sometimes known as a Series 1 Buescher True Tone, which meant that it originally had a button-shaped pearl as the G-sharp key. You can see that this was changed, and it's now a crescent-shaped G-sharp key, which makes it easier to navigate the left-hand pinky keys. Additionally, you can see here that this bar was added for me. I believe Mark Aronson out at Aronson Instrument Service in Iowa did that work, so that we now have an articulated G-sharp. You can play G-sharp with any of the pinky keys. And with those two changes, this left-hand pinky table really works very well. In fact, it's much easier to manipulate the keys than it is on some modern instruments. The other thing that Mark did for me was he added this front F key. Buescher instruments in 1920 did not come with a front F key, and this one has had this added, and you can see it works just fine, and it makes it very easy to get altissimo notes, front E and F, any note that you need, just like a modern instrument. This worked out great. He used a palm key off of an older instrument. And you see I've added key corks here as risers to make these keys easier and quicker to get to. That's particularly helpful when you're doing a fast technical passage. These are applied with contact cement, and they can be removed if the purchaser desires. You're also going to see big key corks over here, and these again can be removed, but they raise the keys up to the level that you'd expect from a modern instrument. So that's helpful for technical passages. Let's see what else I should point out about this instrument. The pads are in great shape. I don't remember which year they were replaced, but the repad, I think, was probably about 10 years ago. And everything is in excellent adjustment, courtesy of Mark, who's an expert on these Buescher instruments. Have a look at the case. It's very rare to find a case in this good condition from this era. However, this isn't a Buescher case, it's a Kahn case. But it's still beautiful inside, and it fits the instrument perfectly. And let's have a look at the neck. It's the original neck, good condition, no pull-down damage, and it's gold-plated as well, of course. But the proof on these instruments is in the playing, so I want to play this for you so that you can hear just how nice it sounds. set up. It's got a great big sound. It responds very well. So there you have it. It's a Buescher True Tone tenor saxophone from 1920.